Namaste everyone, how are you all doing today? I'm going to talk about a very interesting and very highly impactful technique of changing your negative emotions to positive and negative feelings that you have to a positive feeling. It's just a 5 seconds technique, and it's a very magical technique. You will be surprised to see the results of it in few days time from the time that you start using it. Before I say, before I get into the technique, let me explain to you about that. This is something which has been practiced by many yogis, many people in the past, and they've found miraculous benefits out of this. See, our lives are controlled a lot by thoughts, and our thoughts are predominantly negative. Most of the time our thoughts are negative. Please, if you go back and analyze all your thoughts, you will know that in a day, you have almost about 60,000 thoughts in a day. 95% of all your thoughts are negative. You take it, you start assessing your thoughts, you will get to know that your thoughts are very negative. Now, in a world where we are living, where we are full of negative thoughts, and these negative thoughts are either to do with worry, fear, resentment, hatredness, you said this, I said this to you, and I did not like this. These kind of thoughts. There's so many negative words being used in our daily language, negative feelings that we have. We sometimes feel very awkward in some places. We feel sad in some conversations that we have with. We feel worried. We feel anxious. We are scared. We are afraid. We have fear in our mind on various things that we deal with on a daily basis. So these are all very negative thoughts which keeps coming into your mind. Now, how do you change these negative thoughts from negative feelings and negative thoughts to something very positive? Now, one thing which you need to understand is that the human mind, the subconscious mind, works beautifully. It is a non-stop. It is a non-stop reflexive behavior, reflexive action. See, as I'm talking to you today, if a thought comes to me in my mind, my gestures, my body movements, or my breathing, nothing stops. It continues. It's like this. If you're going for a walk and suddenly a thought comes to your mind, do you stop walking? No, you don't. But you take that thought in your mind, right? And you continue walking. Now, how does this walking happen? Why the thought has entered your mind? Now, it's the act of the subconscious mind, because subconscious mind knows how the legs need to move. So most of our thoughts and actions that happen in our daily life is controlled by subconscious mind. It's only 5% of your brain is conscious mind. So you need to understand that that's the power of subconscious mind. Now, getting into how you can actually tame your subconscious mind to make everything that is happening in your life positive, very difficult. However, as we live in our daily life, we have so many thoughts which happens negative. It's about worry, it's about tension, fear, everything that happens. Okay. Now, this technique, 5 seconds technique, is going to actually change that particular pattern to something different, something positive. Now, when you have a flow of and a flux of thoughts happening, which is very negative, how do you move that out? How do you get yourself out of that negative thoughts to something positive? Now, it's a flow of thoughts. It's a flux of thoughts. If you need to actually come out of it, you need to break it. Now, how do you break it? Now, you need to put a sudden break to it. Now, that's where your conscious mind comes into place. This is the technique of 5-second technique, which you can use it anytime, and believe me, you will find miraculous benefits. You will see things have changed tremendously about you. You feel a magical experience about you, and believe me, you trust me, you will feel the benefit of it if you practice this one. Now, When you have a negative thought, and another negative thought, continuously actually torturing your mind, and you don't even know that it's really affecting you. See, it's just said that, in law of attraction, it is said that wherever the focus goes, it expands. Wherever the attention goes, energy flows and it manifests. And that energy flowing into it and in manifesting is called expansion. So if your focus is mostly towards negative thoughts, negative vibrations, negative feelings, negative things are going to happen. Now, law of attraction beautifully gives examples about how a negative thought can actually make negative things happen to you. Now, which means your focus have to change. If you have to be out of the network of negative thoughts, your focus have to change. Now, how do you make your focus change? Using this technique of 5 seconds. Now, your brain works in a pattern of how the subconscious mind has actually programmed, especially in the first 7 years of your life. The last quarter of your your life in your mom's in your mother's womb till this age of 7 to 8. There's some say 8-9 years. The everything that is happening is being registered, coded into certain languages in your subconscious mind, and that is coming into out every second. Now, when you have a series of negative thoughts, your focus is there. You need to break that pattern. Now, breaking the pattern is putting a sudden break, a sudden break. Now, when you're driving smoothly and if there is something in front, you suddenly put a brake, right? Suddenly what happens at that moment is that all the time that you were driving so smooth, you didn't have to pay attention to the accelerator, the gear, the brake, because it was happening automatically. It's on an autopilot. This is from your subconscious mind. The moment there is something, you put a sudden brake to it. It's not coming from your subconscious mind. It is coming from your conscious mind. That's exactly the principle that we're going to apply in the 5-second rule. When you have series of thoughts like this, take a moment, take a very conscious moment and say to yourself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the time you finish saying 5 to 1, you have already broken the pattern of negative thoughts. Now, why is it 5 to 1 and why not it is 1 to 5? 1 to 5, if you count from 1 to 5, your subconscious mind understands it better because it understands the logic of 1 to 5. It is patterned, it is programmed to understand that is the serial order. So don't go by the serial order, go something different and give your brain an instruction which is different than the logical. So when it needs to say 5 to 1, it needs to switch off that focus, which is into negative thoughts, and concentrate on 5 to 1 because it needs to actually go reverse side. So brain stops for a moment and takes a new focus, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, practice this one. In your daily life, when you're driving to work or when you're sitting in a meeting with a lot of people, or when you're talking to a group of team members, or when you're talking to a colleague of yours who's very negative, who comes across talking about negative about other people, who talks about negative things about the company, or anything that happens that comes across, it's all the energies which is coming into you and you start thinking very negative about it. It's important at that point of time, you take a pause and then say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, there are times when you would feel very awkward to actually close your eyes and then say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or close your eyes and then take a deep breath and say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mentally. You may not be able to, you'll be very conscious about doing all these things in front of a public, in front of other people. You don't need to do all that. You just need to mentally say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mentally, you need to just say this. The moment you say mentally, the negative thoughts pattern is already broken. And then you are in a state to drive your thoughts to positive. Now, how I do it is that when I have any negative thoughts, worry, tensions, I mean, there's this tremendous amount of stuff which happens in your mind. And nobody's an exception in this. Everyone gets it. Everybody goes through this. So when I get something like this, I consciously take a moment and say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I take a breath. So as I take the breath in, I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mentally. And as I breathe out, exhale, I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 once again. So it breaks my negative thoughts. And then the thing that I immediately tell myself, as great Rumi says, that this too shall pass. And I say this to myself, that this too shall pass. Sometimes I say, que sera, sera. You know this que sera, sera song? You can Google and find that out. It just says that whatever will be, will be. These two things changes my pattern of thinking. Now, I thought I should actually give this to you as a technique of 5-second technique to change your thoughts from negative to the positive. I hope you all will try this one, and I want you to try this out. Try this for one day and see the difference that is going to happen to you in your life. Try this from now itself. Do not postpone it to tomorrow, that I will start from tomorrow and then have all your screw up in your negative thoughts of this today. No. If you need to start something, start right away. Start right away in bringing this change in your pattern of thinking now itself, from now. And you start seeing the benefits coming to you automatically to you, and you believe me, you will find the result, you will feel it, and I want you to try this one from now itself. Thank you very much, and I hope you liked this video. And if you find any benefits out of doing this one, please come back to my video and then please comment below in my YouTube saying that yes, Fabi, I loved this technique of 5-second rule of changing the pattern of thinking, and I am practicing it and I love it, and I am finding a difference in my thinking pattern. Please mention this in writing. It's important because it gets registered and it helps you to do more and more of this one. Thank you very much, and I hope you all enjoyed my video. Thank you very much. Stay positive, stay fabulous, and stay motivated all the time. Thank you so much.